So here we have the outside of the Benimar Tessoro T486. As I move along, firstly we come to the gas locker. In here there is room for 2 bottles, and you will find the regulator just up the top here. Coming off the regulator is the pigtail that then screws in to the propane bottle. To turn the bottle on and off, just on the top here, clockwise off, anti-clockwise on. Do make sure that the bottle is off for travel. Next we have the fresh water fill point just here. So it is just push, twist and remove. Pop your hose pipe in, fill it up. And then beneath that we have the freshwater drain point. I do have to get underneath the van for this. There we have it, just there. So it is just turn that blue lever to drain the freshwater tank off for winterization, or if you do not want to travel down the road with lots of water on board. After that we then have the bottom and top fridge vents. This motorhome is fully winterized, so it does come with winter covers for the fridge vents. The fridge vents look, well I should say the winter covers look like this for the fridge vents, and they go on the inside. So what we need to do is come to the vent and slide and slide and then remove, and then get your winter cover and then just pop it in like so, and then return the vent back on again. You've got one for the bottom and you've got obviously one for the top. These only really need to be on if you are in cold climate, because it will just hold some heat in and make the fridge run more efficiently. Obviously if they're on in hot climate, it will get the opposite effect. The fridge will overheat and not hardly work at all. After that we then have the grey water drain. So to drain off the grey water, it is just come to this point here and pull this lever towards you, and as you can see it will then drain off the grey water. All of these vans have corner steadies at the rear, so in the garage the corner steady winding handle is located, and then just pop it on here and then wind them down if you want to firm the back end up. We then have where the cassette toilet is located. It is a standard Thetford cassette that's on wheels with a handle. And then we have the garage door entry. In here we have the spare wheel, jack and wheel brace, corner steady winding handle just here, ladder for the drop down bed, freestanding table, and if I now close this back up I will show you the rest when we get round the other side. We then have to the rear the reverse camera and bike rack. To use the bike rack, firstly undo these here and here. This will then allow us to raise this bar up so the bikes have something to rest onto. We then grab hold of the bar and pull down and the bike rack will drop. These all move depending on the size of the bike, and then clamp these through the wheels and then attach these around the frames of the bikes. If we then move around, we then come to the other entrance to the garage. On this side again we can see the freestanding table, etc. But also in this part here is the location of the two boards to make up that second double bed. We then have the Fiamma F45 rollout canopy, and then the location of the barbecue point and external shower hose. Fittings are just down here, so if you are going to use barbecue, attach this part here to your barbecue, and then get this end, take off the dust cover, and then insert. Again, this is fun doing this one-handed. So if I now just pop that in, that will then lock into place, and then you can turn the gas on, and then to release it, just push on the collar, push it up, and it will then pop back out again. You also have the external shower point. So again, you've got this one here, just pop it in, and then as long as the water pumps on inside, the shower head will then become under pressure. And then exactly the same as the barbecue point, just push and it will pop back out again. Next we have the location of the boiler flue. You do not need to do anything with these particular ones. They do not require covers coming off them, just make sure that nothing's obstructing it. You will also see that this boiler flue is located underneath this window. So on this window here you will see a pressure switch. So if you are heating your hot water on gas or using your heating on gas and you open this window, this switch here will pop out and cut the heating and hot water off to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Lastly, we have the mains hookup point